Mr. Smart, the train from New Jersey has arrived, but sir, there's a problem.
What sort of problem, Lieutenant?
Well, sir, the passengers won't get off the train. They took one look at the fence around the encampment. They started yelling and arguing. Some of the women and children were crying. I couldn't understand what he's saying, but you're going to have to talk to them. They seem awfully upset.
I was afraid of this when I saw the fence as well. Many of these people have been in concentration camps or confined behind ghetto walls, and I'm sure this frightens them. I'll talk with them. But, Lieutenant, please, tell your men to be as reassuring as possible. Why don't you offer them the bottles of milk and candy bars that we brought? That might make them feel a little more secure.
Will do, sir.
Are you the commandant in charge of this camp?
I am not a commandant, or an officer at all. My name is Joseph Smart, and I represent the United States government. I'm here to help you settle into your new homes. May I ask your name, sir?
My name is Dr. Isaac Levy, and I want to know what kind of home is enclosed by wire fencing? Is this some pathetic joke of your government to bring Jews to your country to escape Nazi concentration camps, only to put them in your own ghetto? No, we will not enter your camp. We would rather die with dignity than cower like trapped rats in a cage.
Dr. Levy, please forgive the appearance of the settlement. It is not a concentration camp. In order to quickly accommodate all of you, Fort Ontario was chosen as the best place to house 1,000 people. Until 6 months ago, the fort housed Army personnel during basic training. The fence was built for Army security, to keep non-Army personnel out of the base. While I cannot remove the fence at this time, please tell the others that they will be safe in their new homes. No harm will come to them.
Papa, please, come back on the train. They must take us back to New Jersey. We have family in Trenton, and they will help us. I will not allow my children to go back into a camp ever again. Is this the camp, Commandant? I've seen your soldiers. But where are your machine guns and your dogs? Why don't you just shoot us now and put us out of our miseries?
Mr. Smart, this is my daughter Miriam. She has hardly eaten anything or slept in over a week. Our travel across the ocean was traumatic. We were packed like sardines and threatened by Nazi warplanes near Gibraltar. The ocean was very rough and many people were sick, including Miriam.
Yeah, it was stinky, but some of the trip was fun. We got to meet the captain and see where the boat was steered. He even let me blow the ship's horn. And then when we got to New York, we saw the Statue of Liberty, and it was just like the picture in a book I saw at school. And we were still allowed to go to school.
These are my grandchildren, Rachel and Simon.
Very nice to meet you both. It sounds like you've had quite an adventure. We hope you will adjust to your new home. Simon, after you are settled in, perhaps you and some of the other children might like to see the Navy vessel that's anchored in Port Oswego sometime. Would you like that?
Mr. Smart, I want to believe you are a decent and honest man. I am willing to trust you. What else can we do? I will talk to the others to see if they will enter the, what should I call it?
How about Fort Ontario Shelter? It might help to let your fellow travelers know that the people of Oswego have set up a welcoming banquet for all of you on the parade grounds of the fort.
Fort Ontario Shelter is an acceptable name. I will talk with the others. Could you show Miriam and her children to our home while I speak with them?
Dr. Levy, let everyone know that the facilities at the fort include common washrooms for men and women and a central kitchen and dining hall. It will be a challenge to accommodate all the different ethnic foods and kosher requirements with people from over 18 different countries, but we will do whatever is needed. In time, we hope to add more personalized items for your comfort.
Miriam, please go with Mr. Smart. I will join you shortly. It is okay.
Mama, have you ever seen so much food? I'm stuffed. We haven't eaten so much in such a long time.
I had 3 pieces of apple pie.
Well, do not blame your mother if you are sick tomorrow. I told you not to eat so much after having so little to eat for so long.
Miriam, you do not need to steal food. There's enough food here for all of us.
For today, but what about tomorrow? Who knows if we'll be fed tomorrow or next week? But I'm not taking any risks. How do we pay for this food? We have no money.
I could get a job. I bet I could be a ship's captain.
This room is comfortable enough, no? We have everything we need here.
What do you know? Your head is always in the clouds. The walls are so thin. I hear our neighbors whisper, and the winds blow through the windows. And you think it's always warm here, like Rome? Just wait until the winter. There's probably a rat outside the door.
A rat, Mama? Where? Please show me, please.
Simon.
I want to see the rat to see if it's the same size as Pippi. Can I feed it, please, Sadie?
No, Simon, you may not feed the rats. America is a very clean country, and they do not like the rats to be fed or kept as pets.
Hello, everyone. Did you get enough to eat?
Yes, thank you. I think you ate too much, but everything was so good.
I'm glad.
Mr. Smart, how do we pay for all of the food in our room? We have no money. Perhaps there is work for us to do.
Me too. I'm plenty strong. Just look.
Yes, indeed, Simon, I see. Dr. Levy, don't worry about that now. Uncle Sam is happy to pay the bills out of respect for all you have been through.
My Uncle Sam? How does he know where we are living? Mama, did you know Uncle Sam has so much money?
Uncle Sam is not a person, Simon. That's just a nickname for the United States government. The U.S. government is paying the bills.
But why isn't it Uncle Sam, not Uncle Henry or Uncle David?
Simon, enough questions or I will sell you to the gypsies. Go.
That's all right, Mrs. Lefkowitz. My son is about the same age as Simon and always asks a million questions. Maybe you can meet Donnie when the quarantine's lifted. He's in the Boy Scouts.
What do you mean, quarantine? Do you think that we are a dirty people or have some kind of disease?
It's just part of the standard procedure for new people coming to the United States.
And how can that be true? When my cousin Sadie came to America 4 years ago, she was not quarantined.
Yes, that may be, but we have a different situation now. You see, when President Roosevelt agreed to bring people to Fort Ontario, it was announced that you would be guests of the president rather than refugees. It was decided that you must return to your home countries after the war. You all agreed and signed the document to abide by the rules and regulations.
Mr. Smart, we would have signed anything on our own blood to get out of the camp in Italy. The Germans were advancing towards Rome, and we wondered if each night must be our last night together. How long must we remain quarantined?
It is for 30 days. and then you will be able to receive visitors and leave the shelter. Would you like to accompany me for a tour of the facilities? I can show you the old fort, and next to it, the bowling alley and movie theater.
Do they have cannons at the fort? Can I shoot one of them?
Yes, there are cannons, but they have not been fired for over 100 years.
Okay. Let us go!
Mrs. Lefkowitz, the high school principal, Mr. Faust, is working to assist your children in attending Oswego schools. So as soon as the quarantine is lifted, they'll be ready for classes. We are also arranging employment opportunities for the adults.
Come on, what are you waiting for?
Rachel, do you want to come with us?
No, Zadie. I'm a little tired. I think I'll stay for on Pat. You go ahead. I'll see you later.
I heard that these Jews drink the blood of Christian babies for their religious ceremonies.
That's stupid. Where'd you hear that?
None of your business. My father says that Jews are greedy and can't be trusted. I heard that they have horns like goats.
That's crazy. Humans don't have horns, and these people are just humans.
Well, these Jews do. I saw it in a book.
What book? You're making this all up. Have you ever even seen a person with horns?
No. But there's one over there. Let's go see for ourselves. Hey, Jew, show us your horns.
Excuse me, I don't understand what you said.
I said, show us your horns.
Gina, shut up.
I do not have horns. I am a girl, and girls do not have horns.
Well, you look like a monkey in a cage.
Shut up, I said. Do you want me to sock you?
I'm just funny. She's boring. I've got to get home to do my homework. One of the lucky ones that gets to go to summer school. You coming?
Nah, you go ahead. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm sorry about him. He doesn't mean any harm. He's just not very smart at all.
It's alright. I'm sort of used to people looking at us too, expenses, and saying bad things. My name's Rachel. What's yours?
It's Bill. I mean Billy. No, William.
Bye, but you have a lot of names. What should I call you? Bill, Billy, William?
Call me William. That's what my mother calls me. I'm Billy with all the guys at school, but William sounds more grown up. Saw your train arrive. Must have been fun. Take a train. Never been on one.
Do you mind if you sit down? I'm awful tired and my feet hurt.
Where do you come from? I mean, before you got on the train.
Well, my real home was Krakow.
Is that near Boston? I have an uncle who lives in Boston.
No, Krakow's in Poland, in Eastern Europe. When the Nazis invaded Poland, they took everything we had. My grandfather was a doctor in Poland, but they wouldn't allow him to treat any more patients. They took our homes and made us move into kind of apartments called the ghetto. We had to wear a yellow star on our clothes
Because you were special?
because we were Jewish. The Nazis took our pictures, our books, everything. One night, the Gestapo took my father away. Papa was a leader and a government official in the camp. He had guns, so there's nothing we could do.
Where did he go?
We never saw him again. A friend of my father's was his own life toughest escape. He put us in a trunk under garbage and drove us all the way to Austria. From there, we walked to Italy and stayed with grandfather's cousin until we were caught and sent to a camp outside of Rome. We lived there for the past year until we chose to come to America.
Wow. Sounds like a book I've read called The Adventures of Tom Sawyer.
What is it about?
Well, it's about these two boys live in the southern part of America and get in all kinds of trouble. Like they get captured by river pirates but manage to escape, and they have fish dinners and camp out. It's a really cool book.
I miss my books from home. Before the war, there were so many good Polish writers.
Rachel, I gotta be getting home, but maybe I could bring you a copy of Tom Sawyer to read tomorrow. Can you read English?
Yes, we learned English in school. William, that would be wonderful. I'd really like someone to talk to and have a book to read.
Don't go too far until I get back. Oh, I'm sorry, you actually can't go anywhere. I'll see you tomorrow.
Mama!
Who were you talking to?
Just a boy, Mama.
I can see it was a boy. What is his name?
His name is William, and he's going to bring me a book tomorrow to read.
You know better than that. Don't you ever see or talk to that boy again. Do you understand me? Rachel, you are Jewish, and he is Goyim. There is only one thing a boy like that wants from you, and it's not your mind. Did you understand me?
I don't care. I just want a friend. He's very nice. Besides, Mama, what do you think would happen with a fence between us?
There now. Let us all settle down. It has been a long day and we were all tired. I have an idea. Why do we say our Shabbat prayers since we didn't say them on Friday night?
Well, Zadie, today's Saturday. Shabbat was last night. Can we say Shabbat prayers on a Saturday? What will God say?
Well, I don't think God will matter that much. Since we were traveling on Friday night, I think he'll allow it. Miriam, could you get out the candlesticks and Kiddush cup?
Blessed are you, Lord our God, who commanded us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Lord, I hope you don't mind, but I only have juice instead of wine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who creates the fruit of the vine.
It is Shabbos.
Just one more thing, Lord. I know it's a little early for Passover, but I want to thank you for delivering my family from the land of evil to this new land of opportunity. And I hope we'll be worthy in your eyes.
I am so relieved that the quarantine has been lifted. Oh, these past 2 weeks have been such a joy, with more freedom to come and to go into town as we please. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you mind if I come in?
You are already in. Our door is always open. There are no locks anyway.
Did you hear Mrs. Roosevelt is coming here today? Such a mitzvah to have the wife of the president come to see us. Oh, do you have any more coffee beans? I have already used up my monthly ration.
It is not good to drink so much coffee. It is bad for your liver and kidneys.
I know. But I have been staying up late practicing my shorthand and typing. And now that the quarantine has been lifted, I am starting a new job as a secretary at a law firm on Monday. They are going to pay me 30 cents an hour.
30 cents per hour?
How is that possible? I do not know, but I will be able to save money for when Carl and I are married, and we can leave here and start a family of our own.
Such dreams. What good is it to dream such dreams? When today is just like yesterday and tomorrow will be just like today, we'll all probably die in this camp. Besides, how do you know this Carl wants to marry you anyway?
He has already asked me to marry him. Miriam. I never thought I'd be happy again after Avram's death. I was prepared to live the rest of my life alone until I met Carl. Oh, he is wonderful. He is funny, he is kind, he's considerate. Oh, and he's not a bad lover.
I know. We can hear you through the wall. Oh, Lord. Yes. Yes. We told Simon that you were praying. The other day, Simon said to Isaac, my father, Miss Katz, she must be very religious. She prayed 3 times last night. And now he walks around saying, oh, Lord, give me a bicycle. Or, oh, Lord, help me with my homework.
I am sorry, but I cannot help it. Oh, it is just so wonderful with Carl. Oh, Miriam, you must miss your husband terribly.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't think of Jacob. He was my strength and reason for living. Sometimes I can even hear his voice and feel his touch.
I hope and pray that Jacob is still alive, and that someday you shall be reunited.
Mama, look what I have! A bicycle! Who's gonna get mine with someday?
Mama, we just met President Roosevelt. She came all the way from Washington to visit us. I talked with her, and she said my English was very good. Can you imagine? I got to meet the wife of the President of America.
She said that I must be very brave and resilient?
He means resilient.
Yep, that's the word, resilient. Zadie, what does resilient mean?
Well, it means if you get knocked down, you get right back up again.
Yep, that's me all right. Just like a rubber ball.
Mama, you should come out and meet Mr. Roosevelt. She's like the Queen of America.
I have seen pictures of her, and she's not very attractive. It's no wonder that President Roosevelt has a mistress.
Myra, hush. Not in front of the children. If it were not for Mrs. Roosevelt, we would still be in a camp in Italy. You should show more gratitude. She convinced President Roosevelt to bring Jews to America.
Is one camp any better than another, Papa? She rescued fewer than 1,000 of us to be here to the end of the war. And what is she doing for those other Jews left behind in Europe to fend for themselves or die trying? No, I don't want to thank her for doing so very little.
Mr. Smart, I apologize for my daughter's behavior. She is still adjusting to our new life. We appreciate everything that you and the people of Oswego have done for us, and we have no complaints.
Perhaps your daughter is right. The government should be doing more to help those left behind in Europe. Miss Gruber and I talk with our leaders almost daily to emphasize the need to bring more refugees to the United States. We're also trying to encourage Great Britain to allow Jewish refugees to immigrate to Palestine. But Prime Minister Churchill remains committed to appeasing the Arab allies in the Middle East until after the war. Please understand that we want to continue to rescue more people, if possible, and are working to establish more safe zones.
Hey, Dr. Levy, Mrs. Lefkowitz. Oh, I hope I'm not interrupting or anything.
No, not at all, William. We were just talking about Mrs. Roosevelt's visit to our shelter.
I should be leaving. I need to rejoin Mrs. Roosevelt. Goodbye.
I I must be going as well. I have to practice my shorthand before Monday. Miriam, try to remember the good times.
Zadie, may Simon and I go watch William's football game today? We can watch his game and promise to be home before dinner. William is the quarterback. He takes the pigskin from the center and either hands it off to the halfback or the fullback, or he runs to the ball, or passes it. Is that right?
Yep, it's called triple option offense.
I get set on the team bench. They want me to be their mascot. They said that I'm good luck.
We're playing Fulham High School today. We're gonna need all the luck that we can get.
Miriam, I have a question for you. Is the ball actually made from a pig skin? Maybe that's not why there's more Jewish football players.
Nah, sir, it's just an old saying. But actually, sir, there are a lot of great Jewish football players, like Benny Freeman and Sid Luckman. Mr. Luckman is the greatest quarterback in the league today, and I will play just like him.
Please, Zadie, can we go to the game?
Please, 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 Zadie.
Okay, you may go. But be sure to look after your brother. Rachel, here's a coin for you in case you want to buy some ice cream, but do not spoil your dinner.
Thank you, Zadie. Thank you, Mama. I'll be sure to watch after Simon.
Why do you encourage them so?
Miriam, they are just children.
From such children come other children.
You are too hard on the children. They deserve to have a little fun. They have seen and suffered so much in their young lives. What is the harm?
The harm is that they forget who we are and who they are. We are the chosen people.
Miriam, you cannot live with such anger in your heart. It is eating you up from inside. Not every goyim is your enemy.
Do not lecture me, Papa. Until my Jacob is alive and here, every goyim is my enemy.
Rachel, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know, perhaps a doctor like Zadie, or maybe a scientist like Madame Curie.
Who's she?
You haven't heard of Madame Curie?
No.
She was the most famous Polish scientist of all times. She was born in Warsaw, but lived in Paris. She discovered radioactivity and was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize for science.
What happened to her? She gets sent to a concentration camp.
No, she died before the war broke out, poisoned by the radioactivity she worked with.
Rachel, I want to go home to what we had before. I miss Papa. Do you ever think we'll see him again?
Simon, stop talking and do your homework.
Oswego is okay, but it's not as nice as Krakow. Think we'll be able to go home someday?
I don't know, Simon. It depends on who wins the war. Perhaps if Hitler is defeated, we'll be able to go home. But for now, we must remain here in America.
Papa would have loved the lake here. I cannot wait for winter. They say sometimes Oswego gets so much snow, they must close the schools.
All right, children, it's time for bed.
Mama, only 8 o'clock. Can we not see up to listen to President Roosevelt's radio program? Maybe he'll say the war's over and we go home.
Home? We have no home.
Okay, Simon, you may stay up and listen to the address with us. Let me adjust the radio and we'll listen together.
And now from Washington, we bring you the fireside evening address of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. All our fighting men overseas today have their appointed stations on the far-flung battlefronts of the world. We at home have ours too. It goes goes without saying that we continue to provide our government with the funds necessary for waging war, not only by the payment of taxes, but also by the purchase of war bonds. I am happy to report tonight that it is something which nearly everyone seems to be doing. 81 million men, women, and children have bought more than 600 million individual bonds. Today, we are on the offensive all over the world, bringing the attack to our enemies. Germany has her back against the wall. Americans have all worked together to make this day possible. Every man, woman, or child who bought a war bond helped, and helped mightily. For all the things we use in this war, everything we send to our fighting allies costs money. A lot of money. I urge all Americans to buy war bonds without stint. Swell the mighty chorus to bring us nearer to victory. Good night, my fellow Americans, and may God bless us all.
Okay, children, it is time for bed. Your mama's falling asleep at the table.
Zadie, can I buy a war bond? I have saved 38 cents from walking Mr. Taylor's dog.
Every little bit helps, Sadie. Maybe if we put our money together, we can afford to buy a bond. I have over $2 from my babysitting jobs. Simon is right. We should do our part to help end the war.
Children, I am proud of you. You are right. Tomorrow I will see how we can purchase a war bond. But now it is time for bed.
Take the children. No. No. No!
Miriam! Miriam, hush! What is the matter?
You're right, Mama. We're here.
Oh, it's always the same. No matter where we go, the Nazis find us. And Jacob is one of them. And they tear Simon and Rachel from my arms and drag them away. It's always the same, but it's so real.
Miriam, you do not have to be afraid. We are safe here. They cannot harm us, not now.
It's so cold in here.
Mama, is there anything I can do?
No, my love. Perhaps you can wake Simon for school, since it seems he can sleep through anything.
Simon! Time to get up. You want to look nice for Sally Fisher, don't you?
About that.
Simon, please get up and go wash with your sister at the washroom. You know how crowded they are in the mornings? There will be breakfast ready for you when you return.
I don't have to go to school today. I think it's a kind of holiday.
There is no holiday. You must get up and go to school.
Oh, all right. Someday, I have children. I won't make them go to school if they don't want to.
Papa, I don't know what to do anymore. I think I'm going crazy. Sometimes I shake and I cannot breathe, and my head feels hollow and numb.
What does your doctor say?
He finds nothing wrong physically and says I should count my blessings and things could be worse. And that is not very reassuring.
Miriam, remember when you were with child with Rachel, and the doctor said you would probably lose the baby, but you said no, this is meant to be, and everything turned out well. Well, I believe it is meant for us to be here in America. It has not been easy, but we can make this through together.
Papa, I can't stop thinking about Jacob and whether he's alive or dead or sick or in pain.
Jacob is a strong man. If anyone can survive, he will. What is most important now are your children. They are our future. Perhaps you might look for some type of work to help ease your mind.
And what could I do? Clean? Carry buckets of coal?
No, you are a good seamstress. I'm sure they always need people to sew clothes in Oswego. Perhaps talk to Esther. Maybe she knows of someone who might need a seamstress.
Thank you, Papa. You are right. It would help me to have something to ease my mind. I will go and talk with Esther this evening. Now, let us see what we have for breakfast.
I've never seen so much snow in my life. Once our family went skiing in Austria, but even the mountains didn't have this much snow.
This is nothing. Last winter, we had a storm that dumped 5 feet of snow. The schools were closed for a week. They had to bring in extra workers from like Syracuse and Rochester just to clear away the drifts. But we Oswegonians are used to the snow.
Oswegonian. What a wonderful word. How I would love to be an Oswegonian.
But you're an Oswegonian. You live in Oswego and you go to Oswego High, so you have to be an Oswegonian. Rachel, I have something for you.
What is this? William, I cannot marry you. I'm too young. Besides, our families would never allow it.
It's not a wedding ring, silly goose. It's my class ring. When a guy gives a girl a class ring, it means they're going steady, and I want you to be my steady girlfriend.
It's a little big. William, what would your parents say if they found out you were dating a Jewish girl? I know my mama would have a conniption.
Well, no one needs to know, do they? You keep it like on a string underneath your shirt. It's like our little secret.
Better not let your mother see you two doing such things. Rachel, it's time for you to come inside to help with dinner. Say goodnight to William and come get washed up.
All right, goodbye, my Oswegonian. I'll see you tomorrow at school.
Thank you for the ring. I promise to keep it safe with me at all times.
Good evening. Is there anything good in the news?
Joseph, please come in. Have a seat. Well, the war seems to be going well for our side. German troops have started to retreat, and the Russians are on the offensive. It may not be soon enough, though, for those Jews in Eastern Europe to escape the madness. There are unconfirmed reports from journalists of death camps in places like Auschwitz, Buchenwald, Treblinka, and Dachau. Jacob, Miriam's husband, was sent to Auschwitz, but we haven't heard anything since he was taken away.
I have also read the reports coming from Europe. They are not encouraging for the Jewish people left behind. It's being called a holocaust. The systematic death and destruction of an entire ethnic group of people. We've tried to alert President Roosevelt and his cabinet, but they seem focused on the war being fought in the Pacific. We can only hope that Germany surrenders soon.
It may not be soon enough for those Jews who are being sent to the death camps daily.
How is Miriam holding up?
She has her good and bad days. Her emotions are still up and down quite a bit. But she has taken a job in a shop in town where she's treated very well. The people of Oswego have been so kind to us. The congregation from St. Stephen's gave us a radio. Miriam loves to listen to the music, which seems to calm her. I listen to the news reports, and the children love listening to Terry and the Pirates and the Lone Ranger. We were given coats and clothing from the Salvation Army, and we feel very blessed.
Hi, Zadie.
Hi, Dad.
Just a minute, you two. Come over here, please. What happened to you two?
Oh, it's nothing.
Nothing? Tell me about nothing.
Well, this boy at school called Donnie a Jew lover and pushed him down. So I kind of whacked him. We all got really into it. Boy, we showed those boys how resilient we can be, did we not, Donnie?
Boy, did we ever. You should see the other guys.
Simon, it is not always necessary to fight. Sometimes, if somebody says something or does something you don't like, bring it to the attention of your teacher.
What I did, Zadie, all the teacher did was just stand there and turn her back. What was I supposed to do? Just stand there and watch my friend get beaten up?
No, Simon, you did what you thought was right. But tomorrow, I want you two to go over to the other boys, shake hands, and try to be friends. Will you two do that for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Simon, now go get washed up for dinner.
Dad, can I stay with Simon for dinner?
I don't believe you've been asked to stay.
Dr. Levy, please may I stay with Simon for dinner?
Yes, you may stay. It is the third night of Hanukkah tonight. Perhaps your parents would like to join us.
Thank you. No, I'm taking the train to Washington tonight, so I need to be going. Mrs. Smart can pick Donnie up later, if it's okay with you and Miriam.
I do not care what you say. They have sent us to Siberia. They may say it's New York, but I know it is Siberia. Hello, Mr. Smart.
Please, call me Joseph. After all, it's been over 4 months since we first met.
4 months, you say? Seems like a lifetime already.
Miriam, try to be more optimistic. Things are not so bad for us. You have a job. We are healthy and together. There is plenty of food.
I understand, Miriam. But hopefully the war will be over soon and you'll be free to go back home again.
But, Mr. Smart, we have no home. Everything we once had has been destroyed. Almost everyone in the shelter wants to remain here in America. This is all we have.
I'm sorry, Isaac. I wish I had the power to say that you could all remain in America, but I don't. President Roosevelt has made it perfectly clear that when the war in Europe ends, the fort will close, and all residents must return to their home countries. Please excuse me for leaving so abruptly, but I do have a train to catch. Thank you for allowing Donnie to stay with Simon for dinner. Goodbye.
Happy Hanukkah, everyone! I have something to show you. Carl and I are married.
I thought you said you had to wait to get married until you could afford to buy a wedding band.
Well, Carl and I were going to wait until spring, but May Thomas, the wife of the lawyer that I work for, insisted I take her mother's wedding band. Can you imagine such kindness? So we immediately went to the courthouse and were married. I am now Mrs. Petrovic.
Esther, congratulations, mazel tov. May you and Carl live many happy years together and produce many children.
Thank you. And one more thing. I am pregnant. We will have a child in June.
Oh, what a surprise. I mean, mazel tov. Let us hope he is not born in this prison.
Miriam, such words. Esther, I'm sure your newborn will be healthy and free, perhaps as an American citizen.
That is not important to us. You see, after the war's ended, Carl would like to return to Yugoslavia to live. He is hoping he will still have property in Zagreb to build a home there. Carl is working at the Bird's Eye plant in Fulton. We are saving all of our money so we can return to his hometown. Did you know that there were German prisoners of war working in the factories around here? Yes, it is so. There were so many Americans going off to war, they need all the help that they can get, including Germans. Carl says there are more than 450,000 Germans being held into America until the war is over.
They bring hundreds of thousands of Nazis to America, but can provide for fewer than 1,000 Jews. Do you still respect President Roosevelt now, Papa?
Now, Miriam. Okay, it is time to light the Hanukkah candles. Please come to the table. Esther, you are welcome to join us. Donnie, do you know why we celebrate Hanukkah?
No, sir. I don't know.
Simon, would you tell Donnie the significance of the Festival of Lights?
Well, a really long time ago, there were a bunch of people who were being really mean to the Jewish people. Then one day, excuse me, I got the facts wrong. They put back down the temples and put a lot of them in jail. And then one day, some brothers called the Maccabees came along and said enough is enough and beat the crap out of them.
Simon!
Sorry, I meant they defeated them and drove them away. When the Jews went back to fix up their temple, they only had enough oil to keep the special lamp burning for about a day or two. They could not get any oil for a week. But somehow, the oil lasted for 8 days. And that's why we kept this for 8 days.
Donnie, Simon may have all the facts exactly right, but he has correct ideas.
Dr. Levy, why don't some people like Jewish people? Simon is my best friend, and you all seem like anyone else. I don't get it.
Donnie, we've been asking that same question for over 5,000 years. You see, when people are frightened or unhappy, they want to blame things on a scapegoat. Do you know what a scapegoat is?
I know. It's when a goat gets out of his pen and runs away. He escapes.
It is blaming your problems on someone else instead of wanting to fix them for yourself. When Germany lost World War I, they needed someone to blame for all the hardships after the war. So they blamed the Jewish people. That is why we had to leave Poland, where we're living here in America. We are among the scapegoats.
Wow, we could sure use those macaroni brothers today, huh?
Not the Macaroni brothers, the Maccabees.
It is time to light the candles of Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvasav v'tzivanu lahadlek ner shel Hanukkah. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who sanctified us by his laws and commanded us to kindle the lights of Hanukkah.
Amen.
Excuse me, please.
Is Miriam all right?
She thinks she needs to wash many times a day. Her doctor calls it a compulsive disorder. We try not to upset her routine. She is doing better, but the holidays are particularly difficult for her. Now, children, are you ready for your Hanukkah presents? For Rachel, a new sweater. Well, it is not new, but it'll help keep out the cold. Warm is better than new any time anyway.
Thank you, J.D. It is perfect. It will match the skirt Mom made for me, and I'll wear it to school tomorrow.
Simon, for you?
Marbles. You want to play play, Donnie?
Sure. I bet I can take all of your marbles.
Donnie, since you are almost a member of our family, I have a present for you as well.
What is it?
Oh, it's called a dream. I'll show you how to play with it.
Shalom. I am looking for a woman named Mrs. Esther Petrovich. Has anyone seen a woman by this name? I'd like you to meet Frederick Gunther. He works at the Bird's Eye plant with me in Fulton, and he wanted to meet some of the residents here.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry, but my English is not so good. I want to say how sorry I am for the suffering of the Jewish people in my country and around Europe. I want to know that I was never a Nazi. Never. I was sent to Belgium to fix the bridges. I was sent to America 6 months ago. I want to return to my country to rebuild it into a new land. A place where no one has to go through fear and prejudice. Most Germans are good people, good people who listen to the front leaders. I hope someday that you can forgive my people for what has been done.
Frederick, we can forgive, but we can never forget.
Who is this man?
Miriam, his name is Frederick. He works with me at the Bird's Eye plant. He's a prisoner of war, and he asked if he could meet some of us to apologize on behalf of the German people.
He wants to apologize? He wants to apologize for taking away my home, my possessions, for taking away my husband. He thinks he can come in here and apologize? Look at us. We are Jews. And you have not killed us. You have not killed us. Mama. Jacob. I need you.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
Hello. Is anyone home?
Joseph, please come in. Our door is always open to you. Can I fix you a cup of coffee? Since Miriam has been in the hospital, I've had to learn many new things, including how to make coffee.
I would love a cup of coffee. Thank you. How is Miriam feeling?
She came home from the hospital last Monday. The electroshock treatments have helped lift her depression, but have left her with quite a lot of memory loss. Perhaps that is not a bad thing. The doctors and nurses were very kind to us. Very kind indeed. They said, only time will tell if she will continue to improve. Apparently, some people never fully recover. Please do not be alarmed if she does not remember you.
I certainly understand. And Mrs. Smart sends her best wishes for Miriam's recovery. Isaac, you may have heard about the Russians liberating the Auschwitz concentration camp last month. I have seen photos of the camp and of the thousands of prisoners left behind to fend for themselves.
We've also seen the photos. Can you imagine Jews being saved from the Nazis by Russians? How do you say, out of the hot pan into the fire?
We say frying pan, out of the frying pan into the fire. Isaac, I spoke with the Russian attaché to Washington, who is a friend of mine. He told me that the Nazis tried to destroy the crematoriums and gas chambers, but in their haste to flee, left behind certain documents, secret documents, which are now in Moscow. The documents contain information about the prisoners at Auschwitz from the time it opened in 1940 to September 1943. In typical Nazi precision, every prisoner arriving at the camp received a number tattooed on their forearm, a record of their date of imprisonment and reason for being imprisoned. The records also included their date of death, and in some cases, the cause of death. He stated that no records after 1943, September, were discovered. As a special favor to me, I asked him to see if he could find any information about your son-in-law. What he told me is completely confidential, and that he would deny any truth in the matter. But do you think Miriam would want to know Jacob's fate?
I'm not sure. It may be too soon for her to learn the truth. I suspect in her heart she knows, but sometimes hope is all that keeps us going. If you would tell me, I will tell Miriam when I think she is better. Can I get you a little more coffee?
No, thanks. My doctor tells me too much coffee is bad for my blood pressure. The records reveal that Jacob Lefkowitz from Krakow was deported to the Auschwitz concentration camp on March 7th, 1943, for stealing coal.
Stealing coal? Stealing coal. Miriam asked Jacob if he could get any extra coal for us. We were so cold. Do you know what happened to him?
I'm afraid that he did not survive. He died on July 10th, 1943, shot while trying to escape.
May God have mercy on his soul. Joseph, thank you for finding out Jacob's fate. I believe Miriam someday will be strong enough to accept the truth.
I have never seen such a clear blue sky in all of Oswego. The sun is so bright, it almost hurts my eyes. And the lake with the ice, it looks just like a picture. Oh, Mr. Smart, it is good to see you. Hope you are well.
Yes, very well indeed, Miriam. It's nice to see you back at home. Mrs. Smart sends her best wishes.
Thank you. Do look forward to seeing her soon. Papa, you did offer our guests some coffee. Oh, tell us about your son. What is his name again?
Donnie.
Oh, Donnie, of course.
Hey, Rachel. How come you know all the answers in class? Maybe you could help with my algebra sometime.
Jim, please leave me alone.
Relax. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'll tell you what. If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. That's not too much to ask, now is it? And you're not half bad looking for a Jew girl.
Hey, Jim, you leave Rachel alone. I swear if you touch her again, I'll break your arm.
Oh yeah? You and who else?
Stop it, you two!
Okay, buddy boy. Have it your way. Just wait till your father finds out you're sweet on a Jew girl. But you won't be so tough then. Just remember, Rachel, I'm always available when you are.
I'm sorry I was a little late. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. But William, I need to learn how to stand up for myself. You will not always be there to defend me.
Yeah, I would like to be, though. But I understand what you're saying. Maybe I could teach you how to box?
Come inside. I hope you remember your lines for the play. Oh, and remember, that my mama just returned from the hospital and may be a little forgetful. So do not be alarmed if she doesn't remember you.
Boy, these little figures are fun. Dad, do you think I can bring one to school tomorrow for show and tell?
No. I don't think your teacher would appreciate having them in class. They might make too much of a disturbance. We'll leave them here in the Levy home for now.
Esther, how are you feeling? Are you feeling the baby kick or move yet?
Yes, indeed. I am sure that it is a boy. He never stops squirming and kicking.
Can I put the baby move?
Me too, please.
It is all right.
I don't think it's such a good idea.
I do not mind.
I felt it. I felt the baby move.
Me too. You're so big, maybe you have two babies.
Please don't wish such things. I have a history of twins in my family, and I prefer one. For now. For now.
Okay, everyone. In honor of quorum, we have a play for you to see. If everyone could take their seats. Mama, you sit over here.
I don't want to be human. I want to play the king.
Simon, you cannot change last minute. You agreed to be Haman.
William can be Haman. I want to play the king.
I am sorry for the delay. We'll be ready in just a minute. Simon, you cannot play the king. You're too short. Now, please, can we get started?
All right, let's get started. Next year, I'm taller. I want to be the king.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your enjoyment, we present the story of Mordecai and the Queen Esther.
King Ahasuerus, if I might have a word with you, it is of vital importance.
Who dares to approach the king without an announcement? Speak thy name quickly or face the consequences.
My name is Mordecai, and I come to warn you of a plot against your life.
Someone dares to plot against me? Speak thy names quickly, and I will reward you with whatever you desire.
The traitors are your personal guards, my king. I overheard them talking, and they thought they were alone.
Mordecai, I am in your debt. Name your reward, and it shall be yours.
My king, I am a poor man with few needs. I do not desire any reward except your safety. I do have one request, if it pleases your majesty.
Name your request, and it shall come to pass.
I hear that you search for a new queen. I know of a fair young maiden in the village who is of a pure heart and quick mind. Her name is Esther, and she is an orphan child. If it pleases the king, I will present her to your majesty.
It would please me greatly. Bring her to me this evening. Now, good day, Mordecai.
Sire, I would not be so quick to trust that fellow. I have seen that man in the village. He is a Jew and should not be trusted, my king.
Be that as it may, Haman, he seems like a good, honest fellow. I will see what his intentions are before I pass judgment on him. It brings the young maiden for my approval this evening. Let us see what comes to pass. Good day, Haman.
King Ahasuerus, I present to you the orphan named Esther.
Come close to my child, do not be afraid. Mordecai, you speak the truth. Nowhere in my entire kingdom have I witnessed such beauty. Esther, this man states you have a quick and agile mind. Show me some of your wit.
If it pleases the king, I can present a riddle to solve.
I love riddles. Name one that I might try to solve it.
At night they come without being seen. By day they are lost without being stolen. What are they?
The stars? Is that correct? What fun. Tell me another, more difficult this time.
There's a greenhouse. And inside that greenhouse, there's a White House. And inside the White House, there's a Red House. Inside the Red House, there's lots of babies. What is it?
I do not know. Tell me the answer straight away.
A watermelon.
Esther, you are as clever as you are beautiful. It would please me greatly if you would join me in my palace.
Curse you, Jew dog! I wanted my sister to be the queen, and I will be the most powerful man in Persia. You and your followers will pay for your treachery. I decree this day that all Jews residing in Persia will die in 3 days unless they are gone. Not a Jewish man, woman, or child will live to see the 4th morning. So it is written.
My dearest Esther, I have terrible news. The wicked Haman has decreed that all Jewish persons will die in 3 days unless they leave Persia.
But Mordecai, what can a single person like me do? I have no powers, no armies, and I am also Jewish. I will be put to death.
You must talk with the king. He must be alerted to Haman's terrible plans.
You know I cannot talk with the king unless I am summoned. It means instant death to intrude in his privacy.
Esther, you are our people's only hope. Trust in the Lord, and he will protect you as he has protected our people throughout the ages.
Sire, I have a document for your seal.
What does it regard, Haman?
Nothing of importance, my king. Simply a trivial matter of state.
My queen, why are you wearing these awful clothes, and your face is covered with ashes?
I am in mourning, my king. Haman has decreed that all Jewish people residing in Persia will die tomorrow unless we are gone. This includes me, my king, since I am also Jewish. I must leave today or die by his sword.
Haman, speak you now. Does my fair queen fear at your hand?
Mike, I had no idea that the queen was a Jew. Tell me
Silence! It is you, Haman, who will leave Persia before the morning or face the sword. Now be gone with you, for I cannot look at thee any longer. Esther and Mordecai, while I am your king, you have nothing to fear. You are free to worship your God as you wish. Mordecai, it now seems that I'm in need of a new advisor. It would please me greatly if you would join me in my palace. Now, my king, let us proclaim this day a holiday for one and all. Well done, children!
It is the best poem play I have seen performed.
Oh yes, for next year, I'm going to be the king.
Where's Mama?
I'm not sure. She was just here a minute ago. Maybe she's gone to use the washroom.
I have baked some hamantaschen for you to eat. Carla and I must be going. Tomorrow is another work day. Thank you for a very entertaining evening, children. Goodbye.
Donnie and I must also be leaving. Isaac, it's possible that I may be moving to Washington soon to spend more time talking with our government leaders about the need to allow you to remain in the United States after the war. Please don't tell anyone, but President Roosevelt is quite ill and may not survive to see the end of the war. Vice President Truman is being briefed on the need to assume the presidency if President Roosevelt cannot continue with his duties. I will keep you informed about the situation in Washington.
I understand the need for secrecy. We appreciate everything you have and continue to do for us. You have been a wonderful friend.
Donnie, it's time for us to go.
Some more of these ham and chow cookies, please. They're so good.
Okay. Take one for your mother as well. Goodbye, everyone. I'll look forward to seeing you in a school play sometime.
See? Do you think Mama's all right? Her coat's still here, and it's awful cold out.
She must be somewhere here in the shelter. Simon and I will go look for her.
My king, you were quite regal during the play. I can see how an innocent young maiden might be tempted by your charm.
No, don't be putting any ideas in my head, my queen. It's a school day tomorrow, remember?
My king, you're no fun at all. I thought we could walk around the palace holding hands in the moonlight. You need to loosen up a little.
No one has seen her anywhere in the kitchen, washroom, or anywhere else.
Dr. Levy, it's about Mrs. Lefkowitz. She was found unconscious lying in a snowbank below the fort and has been taken to hospital. Please come with me and I'll drive you there.
Children, come quickly. President Truman is making an address on the radio. We think it might be about the end of the war in Europe.
From Washington, D.C., we bring you an important announcement from the President of the United States. This is a solemn but glorious hour. I only wish that Franklin D. Roosevelt had lived to witness this day. General Eisenhower informs me that the forces of Germany have surrendered to the United Nations. The flags of freedom fly over all Europe. For this victory, we join in offering our thanks to the providence which has guided and sustained us through the dark days of adversity. Our rejoicing is sobered and subdued by a supreme consciousness of the terrible price we have paid to rid the world of Hitler and his evil band. And now, I want to read to you my formal proclamation of this occasion. I, Harry S. Truman, President of the United States of America, do hereby appoint next Sunday, May 13th, 1945, to be a day of prayer. I call upon the people of the United States, whatever their faith, to unite in offering joyful thanks to God for the victory we have won, and pray that he will support us to the end of our present struggle and guide us into the ways of peace.
Yes.
If only Miriam were here with us, she would finally know some peace.
I'm sure she's looking down from heaven and smiling with us.
Isaac, what do you think will happen to us now? Will we have to leave the shelter? I'd like to return to Yugoslavia someday, but I don't want to leave until Joseph, have you heard the news?
Yes, I was just listening and came to give you the good news.
Joseph, what will it mean for us at the shelter? Will we be forced to leave America immediately against our wishes?
I don't know what is planned at this time. President Truman is well aware of the deplorable conditions in Europe, with many cities completely destroyed. The Soviets now control all of Eastern Europe and most of Germany, including half of Berlin. You have friends who are contacting their government leaders on your behalf, so please don't think that you're alone on this issue. I think that any decision, whether to allow you to remain in the United States or return to your home countries, will be made in the next several weeks.
We can only hope President Truman will listen to reason.
Mr. Smart, do you remember the foreign play we put on? How I played Haman instead of the king?
Yes, I remember it very well. You children did a wonderful job.
Well, Mr. Smart, you were kind of like our Mordecai. And I hope you help us stay in America.
Simon, I give you my word that I will do everything possible to help you remain in our country.
Zadie, when are we going to eat? I'm hungry.
Simon, you know today is Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. We fast until sunset, then you will eat.
Zadie, my head feels Jewish, but my stomach feels goyim. Not want to pray, wants to eat.
Simon, try not to think of food. Try to think how you can repent for your sins, and then you will not be hungry.
My sins? Zadie, is that why Mama left us? 'Cause I was bad?
No, Simon, no. Come here. Your mama loved you very much indeed. But she was so unhappy, she just could not continue to live in this world. She missed your papa terribly and wanted to be with him. God willing, we will all be together someday.
Zadie, where do we go when we die?
We learned in Sunday school that King Solomon said that the body of man is dust that returns to the earth, and his spirit returns to God. Is that right, Zadie?
This topic has been debated for centuries by many scholars. The Torah teaches us to live a good life while we were on this earth, instead of how to reach heaven or God. We should try to be good to one another in our daily lives.
My friend Donnie says, do unto others as you would have them do to you.
It is the golden rule, the base for Judeo-Christian teachings.
Children, your parents will be very proud of you. Just remember, they will always be with us as long as you think of them.
Shalom, everyone.
Esther, how are the twins doing?
As different as night and day. Little Miriam is an angel. She sleeps through the night, and she is always smiling and happy. I say she is a little me. Little Jacob is the complete opposite. He is always hungry and needs all of the attention, just like Carl.
May I hold one of the babies?
Me too, please.
We will show you how, children.
They're so beautiful. Just look at their tiny hands and feet. It's truly a miracle.
We've come to say goodbye. Tomorrow, my family and other Yugoslavians are returning to our homeland. The United States government is paying for our trip as far as Rome. From there, take a train to Belgrade, where we'll meet some friends and attempt to take us to Zagreb.
Carl, is it safe for Jews to live in Yugoslavia so close to the end of the war?
I've been told that Field Marshal Tito is forming a new government in Yugoslavia. He's a communist, but he vows religious freedoms for Muslims, Christians, and Jews in his country.
Would it not be safer to remain here in America rather than risk further prosecution as a minority in Yugoslavia?
You know there's anti-Semitism in all parts of the world, including here in America. No, I'll return to my homeland and build a new life for my family.
Ew. Something just happened to this one. It does not smell so good anymore.
I don't think I want a baby yet.
I will go change little Miriam. Hello,
Joseph,
everyone.
we have missed seeing you. How is Washington?
Washington is fine, but I definitely miss living in a small town like Oswego. Simon, Donnie says to say hello. He's working to become an Eagle Scout and is looking forward to his first camping trip this fall.
Tell Donnie that I learned to ice skate. I'll be playing ice hockey this fall.
I certainly will. Rachel. I heard that you're in the National Honor Society at school and have been elected the class secretary. Congratulations. Your mother would be very proud of you both.
Thank you, Mr. Smart. I think I'll take little Jacob to Esther now.
Carl, I understand that your family and some of the other Yugoslavians are leaving tomorrow to return to your home country. I wanted to wish you well and hope that all goes well for you.
Thank you, Joseph, for everything you've done. You've tried to help us in any way possible, and we'll always be in your debt. If you find yourself in Yugoslavia one day, I hope you come and visit us. Our door's always open. I'll go and help Esther at the evening meal now. Goodbye, everyone.
Zadie, can I go help with the food? Then my eyes can tell my stomach that help is on the way.
Yes, you may go help Simon, but don't sample any of the food.
Isaac, I have some good news for you. President Truman is sympathetic with our goal of allowing all Fort residents to remain in America as immigrants, and then in the future applying for citizenship. There is a bill being presented to Congress which provides for such a pathway. It's a slow process, but there seems to be growing support for our cause.
That is wonderful news. We'd almost given up any hope of remaining in America. Do you have any idea how long it may take?
Rachel, are you okay? I got worried when I didn't see you in class today.
I'm fine, thank you. Today's Yom Kippur and I stayed home to worship and fast. William, what's wrong? You look like you lost your best friend.
I have.
Who is it? Oh, I see.
Yeah, my parents don't want me to be seeing you anymore. They think I should date Catholic girls. Rachel, I'm so sorry.
I understand, William. You have been my first and best friend since arriving in America. I'll never forget your kindness for my mama. And I'm sure you want this back to give to your next girlfriend. I see the way Mary Bishop did Isaac to you in math class.
No, I want you to keep the ring. With homework and football, I won't be able to do any dating anymore. Besides, Steve Rosen has asked me if he would like you to go to the homecoming dance with him. He's a nice guy, and I think you'd like him.
He is nice. He's in my Sunday school class. He always smiles at me when I see him. William, you have been my friend, my king, my Suigonian. I don't get a rude face here.
Isaac, we'll talk about this more when I return again from Washington. I think I should be going. Goodbye for now.
Rachel, my darling, what is the matter?
Sadie, almost everyone I've cared about has been taken from me. You and Simon are all I have left. Sadie, you have lost your work, you have lost your job, you have lost your home because we are Jewish. Why are you not angry with God?
Rachel, God did not do these things to me. Man did. When God gave man the ability to think and reason, he also gave him the ability to feel emotions like joy and happiness, but also anger, greed, and fear. Emotions and intelligence are what separate us from other species but not always for the best.
But Sadie, what if there is no God? What if all the Catholics, Jewish, Protestants, Muslims, and Hindus in the world are all wrong? What if it's just a big lie? No heaven, no hell, no paradise, no religion to separate us. Just people loving people. What is wrong with that?
You are more like your mother every day. She was always questioning everything.
Sadie, do you ever wonder how our lives would be different if we hadn't been Jewish? Maybe we'd still be living in Krakow with Mama and Papa. Maybe there wouldn't have been a war or a Hitler at all.
That is a lot of maybes. Maybe there will be another crusade to destroy the non-believers, or another Armenian genocide, or a great flood. Who knows what the changes in one person's life might mean to the world? Does God have a plan for each of us? That I do not know. Just remember, Rachel, one does not find God in your mind, but in your heart.
You should see all the food they're making for our dinner. There's chicken soup, potato salad, fresh bread, baked chicken, and cakes. I can't wait.
Is all you ever think about food?
What's wrong with her?
Theological differences. Children, it is time for us to return for evening prayers. Rachel?
Sadie, the bus has arrived. Simon, be sure to look around and gather all your belongings and pack them in your suitcase.
I'll put you in charge.
Simon, Rachel is only trying to be helpful. Would you like to go to Niagara Falls with us?
Yeah, of course. When we go over, Katie, when we go to the falls, we go over them in a barrel. That'd be really fun.
Another time. I do not think we will have time on this occasion.
Simon,
Donnie.
would you like to see my collection of Indian arrowheads?
Sure.
Rachel and Isaac. Well, today's the big day. You'll be among the last group leaving the fort. The buses will take you across the Rainbow Bridge in Niagara Falls into Canada, where officials will be waiting to sign your immigration papers, and then you will be free to travel anywhere you wish.
Oh, Mr. Smart, is it really possible after such a long time?
How can we ever repay the thankfulness for you and Miss Gruber? You never gave up hope when others did not seem to care. If Miriam were alive today, she would say we have been blessed.
You took a girl to the movies? How did that happen?
I'm not sure exactly. One moment I was talking with this guy at school named Bobby about this new movie called The Bells of St. Mary's. And then the next thing I knew, I guess I asked Mary Wilson if she wanted to go to the movies with me.
How was it?
It was okay. She bought the popcorn, but we didn't hold hands.
Isaac, do you mind if we look over your papers just to make sure everything's in order?
Sure.
Heard that everyone was leaving the fort today and thought you already been gone.
We're on the last bus leave for Niagara Falls to cross into Canada to have our immigration papers signed. Then Mama's cousin will pick us up and drive us all the way to Trenton, New Jersey. Stay with them.
Isaac, what will you do in Trenton?
Miriam's cousin and her husband have invited us to stay with them as long as we need. They own a furniture store and have asked me to work with them. Can you imagine me selling furniture? Perhaps if a table or a chair needs a broken leg, I might fix it.
In time, you might find work in a hospital. With your knowledge and experience, it would be a shame not to be utilized.
This summer, I'm planning on going to the Boy Scout Jamboree in Colorado. It's going to be really fun with hiking trips, camping, and all sorts of arts and crafts. Maybe you could come along. That'd be great.
I would love to go. I'm not sure exactly where we'll be living.
I'm gonna go to Cornell next fall. I'm really excited because they have the same triple option offense I played in high school. Do you have any plans for next fall?
I don't know. Princeton University has offered me a full scholarship to attend, but I'm not sure I want to leave Sadie and Simon yet. I'd like to be a doctor, but I've had training from such good teachers, I just might be a football coach.
Rachel, you should totally go. Princeton's a great school. Plus, they play Cornell and University every now and then in football. Someday, when we're older, maybe we'll be able to make our own decisions. What are you doing here?
Well, I heard everyone was leaving the fort today, and I wanted to talk to Rachel. I'm sorry for all those things I said to you. I guess I felt like a fifth wheel or something. Just wanted to know that you're okay in my book, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you, Jim. It is the best going away present anyone could ever give me, and I also wish you well.
Oh, I guess I better be going. I'll see you later.
Last chance to get your ring back.
No, I want you to keep it and think of me. Knowing you was the best part of high school. Rachel, I think we can do some great things someday. Goodbye, last week going in.
Sadie and Simon, it's time for us to go, or we'll miss the bus.
Dad, can I go with Simon to see them get on the bus?
Okay, Donnie, but don't you get on the bus. I don't want to drive to Niagara Falls to get you.
Joseph, please thank Miss Gruber for all she's done for us. And say goodbye to Mayor McCaffrey and Principal Faust. Tell them the people of Oswego performed a great mitzvah by accepting us into their hearts and their homes. People across the world should never forget their kindness and generosity. We will never forget. Joseph, just one more question. Was it really worth it, saving us when so many others died?
Isaac, someday Simon and Donnie might fly to the moon, or Rachel could discover a new medicine to save the lives of millions of people. We cannot imagine the wondrous things the world might have seen had more survived. My father once said, in the darkness, a single ray of light can shine a path towards home. Besides, if my wife ever needs a new couch, I know someone in Trenton who can help us.
Mr. Smart, the last buses have left the fort. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, Lieutenant. Nothing else. Thank you. I think it's time for us to go home.